Hey everyone, it's Augustus. Sorry, it's been about a week since I posted my last video, and I know most of the viewers that do watch my videos aren't really entertained by them, and regardless, I apologize for that. I have a lot going on right now, and until I can get everything sorted, uh, it just may be nothing but vlogs and me talking about what's going on in my day. Um, for the most part, I've been really busy recently. I just got my taxes done, and um, that's always fun stuff. So what I really wanted to talk about was I recently tried to request information from the Los Angeles Film School institution, and did that about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I still haven't heard anything. I requested that by mail, so I'm not sure what the deal is with that. I would have thought that they would have sent me like an information pamphlet or a brochure, or some kind of information, to really pique my interest since I requested the information. And it just seems like I haven't heard anything. And of course, I did that through Snag a Job, and it was like, I think it was one of those recruiting advertisements. But for the most part, I guess I'll just have to get in contact with them and find out. But here lately, I've been looking into a lot of colleges that have film school programs, and possibly even learning how to edit my videos more proficiently and professionally even. I don't really have the software to be doing that, so for the most part, that's why most of my videos are really long, and there's a lot of footage and a lot of like just things that I've said that I want to go back and edit, but I mean, I don't have, I really don't have the money to be doing that, and aside from the fact of actually having the knowledge to do it too. So regardless, I'm sure there's people out there pointing and laughing, and you know what? I really don't care, and so what? It's an emotion and it's an action. Point and laugh. I don't care. You know, what one person's thoughts to me doesn't really affect me. I mean, their thoughts and their opinions are their own, and they're not going to change anything by doing that. I mean, you sit there and go, it doesn't change anything. So, what I say and what I do, I mean, that's me. If you don't like it, then, don't watch the videos. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here, and I'm not gonna be some fake person like the rest of the world and the rest of the people in the world. When I say in the world, I mean on Earth or Gaia or whatever the hell you want to call this place. I really shouldn't have to change or mold myself to fit humanity. Not society, humanity. If the rest of the world wants to be humanitarian, fine, be humanitarian. I'm going to be the flip side of that. I'm going to be anti. Because I'm starting to just really despise people. It's like they want to just take, and their version of giving just really seems to be self-serving and selfish, and they're not really doing it for anyone else's benefit but their own. They think that by their version of giving, they're one-upping people. Well, they're not. And I'm sure there's people out there right now that are gonna watch us and say, "Oh, well, he doesn't know what he's talking about." Well, you know what? I do know what I'm talking about, and regardless of what you say and what you think, again, that's your opinion. I really don't care what you have to say or what you think. That might be the way you were brought up, but that's not how I was brought up. And as far as I'm concerned, there's a lot of narrow-minded people in this world that need to come to that realization that they are very narrow-minded. And I'm just not gonna. I'm not gonna get into too much about it, but I think for the most part, people need to start just looking out for themselves. Stop worrying about others. Stop getting involved with others. And when I say others, I mean other people. Mainly me. Stop asking me so many damn questions. Stop inquiring about me. Stop. Just stop. I mean, what do you want me to say? I mean, what do you want me to like just tell you to GTFO? I mean, which I know a lot of you know what that means. It means get the fuck out. I mean, of course, my favorite abbreviation isn't really GTFO. It's GTFU. I mean, and for a lot of the dumbfounded people out there that don't understand what that means grow the fuck up. I don't know how many times I've worked in places with people, and I mean, they act so childish, so immature, just because they're a supervisor or they're a boss, or they think because they're in charge, they have to act a certain way or have a certain demeanor. Well, I'm sorry, but those people really need to grow the fuck up and see reality the way it is. I just cannot fathom how anyone can work with someone like that. If it's one thing I hate, it's control freaks. But regardless, you have all the richest people in the world, all the most powerful people, and they want to just fucking shit all over everyone else by controlling them, by telling them what to do, by pushing them around, by saying, "Oh, well, if you don't do what I say, I'm not going to pay you. You're just nothing but a slave." Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not a slave, and you know what? You can take your money and you can shove it up your ass. In fact, I don't need your money. I don't want your money. Your money is worthless. And I'm sure a lot of you greedy people out there are saying, "Oh, well, if you don't want it, you can give it to me." Well, guess what? You don't need it either. None of us really do. But yet, here you are wanting it. Why? Why? The idea of money, I mean, even when I was a small child, I never grasped the concept of money. It just seems like something so materialistic. I mean, people are so materialistic. They have to, they want their little phones, and I mean, yeah, I have one, but it's turned off. It doesn't work, and as far as I'm concerned, I really don't need it. I mean, do I need a computer? Do I need? I mean, I don't really need anything. I have it because if I didn't have any of this stuff, everyone else in society in this world, other people would start questioning me and saying, "Are you even human? Are you even alive? Maybe you're a fake." Oh. Maybe I'm not the fake one. Maybe they are. No one ever stops to think about that, though. Why? Because they are all one-tracked minds. They all just want to go up the pyramid of manipulation. They want to be like that dog on the leash, being walked by its master. So, I mean, if that's the way people want to be, and then they only want to think about that, and they only want to see what they want to see and hear what they want to hear. Well, that's fine. I mean, I can't stop that, and I'm not going to, but I'm certainly not going to be manipulated by it, and I really don't care what anyone else has to say about it either. I for the most part, when I post a comment talking about the Illuminati, or, I don't see it from a perspective of aliens. I see it from a perspective of the most richest people in the world, people who have tons of money, who don't care about the lesser people. They have all the power in the world. They control all these businesses, all the media, and yet people still refuse to believe it. They still refuse to believe it, and they choose to be naive because they're uneducated. And as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't matter what country you're from. It doesn't matter what part of this world you're from. It's all over the world. It's everywhere. But, again, I can't convince people that. I'm just one person, one entity. And yet, they figure by flooding the information channels with false information that no one will believe me. Well, okay, fine. That's fine. Yeah, that is, yeah. Because when those people believe that false information, and they finally do come to the realization that those individuals are liars, that's right, liars. And I'm not afraid to accuse them of lying, because that's what it is. When they come to the realization that they've believed a bunch of lies, and they come back to me, all I'm going to do is do this. I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. And that's all I'm going to do, is point and say, I told you so. I might even laugh at you. Because for the longest time, that's all you all have done, is laughed at me. Okay, fine. I told you so. So, don't expect me to help you anymore, and don't expect me to even give a shit, because I don't. Because honestly, there isn't a single person in this world that does care. They might say they do, but they don't. And I find it rather disgusting. Regardless, I'm still going to put out videos, and I know it's a bit hypocritical, but I really don't care. I really don't care what you have to say. I really don't care what you think or what you do. If anyone's crazy, it's not me, it's you. And of course, when I say that, I use it as a generalization because honestly, I don't point my finger at one person. I point my 10 fingers. So, don't think it's just you or you or you or you. It's all of you. Because you're choosing to believe this false information that mass media has put out, that the governments of the world put out, that your world politicians and your world leaders put out. You're choosing to believe all this false information. Now, you're probably sitting there thinking, well, what false information are you talking about? All of it. All of it. And you're choosing to believe it. So, you know what? That's fine. You want to do that? Fine. But don't come back to me because all I'm going to do is point and say I told you so. And I'm not going to be the butt of your jokes. Because you want to think it's a joke, you want to think it's funny. Well, you won't think it's funny in the end when you have an electrical collar around your neck and they're making you pull stone again. Or work as their slave. Oh, but you're already doing that. And of course, you know, when they decide to put a chip into your hand or your forehead, you know, like some believe, you know, when you refuse that, you know, they're going to lop your head off, or, you know, they might lock you away, or just simply not treat you like you even exist. But they already do that anyway. There are people out that are unaccounted for in this world that they're there, but they're not. But I won't get into that, you know. I just find, you know, that this world seems to be a real enigma when it comes to certain things, and if you believe it, you believe it. If you don't, well, fine, don't. So, anyway, I thank you for even taking the time to watch this. I'm sure 10 seconds in you've already closed it, but if you're still watching, thanks, and please subscribe. Please feel free to share this with your friends, family, assuming you even believe it. But, yeah, you know, thanks again.